Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, 10x your life, and all of us 10x Springfield. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Ferriell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, we are coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. You are listening to Separation Saturdays on Elevate Springfield, where you can separate yourself from the competition every Saturday morning. Now, we are every day with Elevate Springfield now, so you can start your morning every morning with a new drop from Elevate Springfield, and we are looking forward to having you, and we are thankful that you chose to listen to us. We're going to get started after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. Welcome into another edition of Separation Saturdays. Thanks for joining us today. It's been another great week on Elevate Springfield. We started the week off like we always do with our weekly battle plan. Then on Monday, we had Ward 2 Alderman Sean Gregory. A lot of great stuff there, how he is building community and impacting folks right here in Springfield. Tuesday, we had Ellie back. We were talking about how to avoid burnout. Another great conversation with her. On Wednesday, we spotlighted our friends over at the Designing and Building Mid-Illinois podcast. That's Chris Hartsook and Caitlin Borgini. They're doing some great things down in Carlinville, but all across Mid-Illinois. Then Thursday, we had Brian Sue from Sangamon Watches. Really cool story. He talked about when he first came to the United States and all the businesses he has created since then, how he came to the States with $300 to his name and has experienced a lot of success since then. And he does a great job infusing history into his products now, and great conversation surrounding culture in business as well. Then on Friday, we had our wellness upgrade with Kenny Hyde. It was an excerpt from the Elevate Springfield Insider. Again, if you're not a part of that group yet, it's the second and fourth Thursday of the month, 11 o'clock via Zoom. You get to go a little deeper with our podcast guests, Q&A, and you learn from the experts in their field. This session was with Kenny Hyde, so I wanted to give you a little taste of what we do in that program on our Friday Wellness Upgrade. He talked a lot about macronutrients, talked a lot about nutrition, so check that out and check all the episodes out if you haven't heard them yet. Also this week, Chris Hartsook, business partner in Big Dog Business Coaching. We gave a presentation to the Decatur chapter of SHRM. We talked about how to build an obsessed team using 10X methods and mindset. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit more about obsession. We've given quite a few presentations with this as the theme, and I always feel like people are surprised when we use obsessed a lot. But you guys know one of my favorite books is Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. So let's talk a little bit about being obsessed, that obsession mindset.
First thing with that, you need to embrace the fact that you are responsible for your own success. The obsessed embrace that fact that they alone are responsible for success. Now, I know obsessed can sometimes come off with a bad connotation, but when you're obsessed with the right things, it can lead you to extraordinary success. So, when it comes down to it, you and only you are the one who gets to choose whether you're going to settle for less or whether you're going to become obsessed with wanting more out of life. So it's time to give yourself permission to become obsessed. And your first task is to tell yourself now and all the time that you really can be exceptional in everything. Success in general is the attainment of potential, and your potential will expand to be bigger than you ever thought possible if you keep pushing yourself to achieve more. Because when you're obsessed with something, it doesn't give you the space for satisfaction or complacency, right? You'll have to deal with the fact that you will always be uncomfortable with that because your obsession is driving you to do bigger and bigger things. Now, with that, there's going to be plenty of naysayers and doubters in your life trying to convince you to quit. They are not really talking to you, though. They are talking to themselves. They are saying, hey, I didn't do this, so I can try to convince you not to do it too. Typically, it's them trying to rationalize why they haven't achieved what they want to achieve through giving you doubt. So a lot of people feel like there should be, you have to try to strike this balance. But when you're looking at obsession or when you're looking at 10X, you're not really looking for balance. So 10X people that have subscribed to the 10X mindset know that they can be exceptional in all areas of their life, which means they can be obsessed with everything that is great in their life, and they don't have to, quote unquote, strike a balance. We're not talking about mediocre goals here. We're not talking about just enough. We're talking about being exceptional. So giving yourself permission to break away from the normal, break away from the average, and become obsessed is a good thing. And you can quit worrying about that people in your life will think you're crazy and just embrace it. All the things that people do that create massive amounts of success are typically out of the ordinary. You can't get to greatness by being average. So what are you obsessed with? And how can that fit into your career and life? This comes down to your purpose. Once you know what your purpose is right now, you can stop denying the obsessions and the self-sabotage that keeps you from going forward. So how do you figure out what is worth being obsessed with? Not everything you do is going to be right up your alley. It may take a little bit to figure out what your true purpose is. I know it took me a while, but becoming massively successful involves massive amounts of hard work and a lot of times struggle. So in order to identify the obsessions that are worth your time, you first have to find your purpose. So finding that purpose involves asking yourself several specific questions and honestly answering them. So here's some of the most powerful questions that Grant Cardone recommends you answer for yourself in order to find your purpose. So what excites you right now? What do I do that causes me forget to eat? Have you ever forgotten to eat because you've been so involved in what you were doing? What are you willing to do for no money?
What are you willing to do for free? What can you do better than anyone, or at least anyone that you know, right? And then what do you want to be remembered for? That's the legacy question there. The answers to these questions will give you answers about which obsessions are worth your time and which you can give up. And keep in mind too that this is not a one and done thing. This can change over time. Your purpose today might not be your same purpose a year from now. So you need to constantly go back to these reboot and figure out what your purpose is, so you know where your obsessions lie, so you know where to go all in. Once you have those obsessions lined up, Cardone calls them your beasts. If you don't feed your beasts, your obsession will falter, your goals will fester, and you'll lose your sense of purpose if you don't feed those obsessions, feed those beasts. So that means waking up every day, ready to set higher goals, doing more, surrounding yourself with people that are doing the same thing. You don't want to think in terms of impossible. You want to take that out of your vocabulary. You want to integrate your goals into every moment of your life. Eat, sleep, and breathe them. That is what it means to be truly obsessed. Keep your eyes locked on the future rather than dwelling on the mistakes and disappointments of the past. So when you're feeding your beasts, you want to be constantly learning about your industry. Feed your economic beast by getting your money right and putting it to work for you. And you want to feed your social beast by surrounding yourself with the most successful people you can. Always reaching up, stretching to people that are more successful than you. The alternative to this, if you're not feeding those beasts, if you're not feeding those obsessions, doubt can start to creep in, and letting the naysayers and doubters into your life is a quick way to sabotage your goals. So everywhere you go, you're going to encounter doubt. You'll encounter people who make themselves feel better by making you doubt. Don't take advice from the doubter. And then you need to get all the people around you on board, knowing that you've made this decision to be obsessed in all areas of life that are going to give you this exceptional super life. So as we've talked before, sometimes this means that some things or some people are no longer part of your plan. So you have to have the right people around you in order to continue to feed those beasts, feed those obsessions. And when you do this, it's going to allow you, when you feed those beasts, starve the doubts, it's going to allow you to dominate every sector of your life. You want to dominate yourself. That means taking control of your attitude, your ambition, your energy, and your confidence. You want to dominate your time. You want to control time, not manage it. You want to dominate your finances, and you want to dominate your area of expertise. You want to be the go-to person in your space. So, what is your purpose? How will that relate to your obsessions? Today, let's start finding our purpose, feeding our beasts, feeding our obsessions, starving our doubts so you can be obsessed or be average. Hey, and again, if you don't have the book, get it, give it a read. We'll be back after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great. Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343